Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is Command & Conquer Remastered. Got another 1 versus 1 today between Nightcrawler49 as the blue nod and rootbie as the yellow nod. The map is Quarry, of course, and hopefully we have a good one today. I always cast these blind, and if it's decent, you'll know because I'll post it. If it's not decent, this is just an exercise in futility, and I get some practice casting. Pretty standard start so far for both players. Got a single refinery out for rootbie, now a second, and a hand of nod with a bunch of minigunners coming out to scout. A lot more infantry so far for Nightcrawler49. Pretty good spread from him. Let's see, on his end, Nightcrawler looks like he's committing to the Hand of Nod pretty heavily with now 3 refineries. And a third refinery up for rootbie. I think, like rootbie's setup a little better. Got 2 refineries in the back and then 1 way out front. And these are kind of horizontally placed, giving rootbie kind of a longer profile. A little bit of skirmishing going on. Let's take a look at map vision. Nightcrawler's doing decent with that. Also think rootbie's slightly better off with that. Let's take a look. I think he's going to try to sneak that minigunner in past that flame trooper, but of course that's not going to work. Both players now with an airstrip up. Hopefully we see something interesting. A lot of resources left for both of them. Got some silos coming out for also both of them. So pretty standard. Actually, looks like Nightcrawler as yet has not grabbed this little minigunner down here. I think that is a 4th refinery there for rootbie. Way out into the middle of the map, and he's got buggies coming out. Also, Nightcrawler has buggies. There's the scout for rootbie. My gut is that rootbie's a little better off so far, but I don't have something I can point to say that. There's the silo sell-off and another refinery, so that makes what, 5 now? 3, 5, yeah. rootbie has some bikes mixed in with his buggies, although it looks like Nightcrawler's army is larger. A little bit of harass going on there. Trying to take out that power plant. It was unsuccessful, but is forcing the... Oh! Almost missed that where Nightcrawler was trying to grab rootbie's refinery. I think a 6th refinery out now for rootbie. It's being attacked. Oh, there's a refinery down there. And it looks like rootbie's going to let that happen. A little skirmish here. Actually, fairly decent-sized combat. Let's see. I think that refinery actually is going to go down. rootbie kind of responded late to that. The power plant gets killed. It'd be nice to see... No, kill it. You have enough stuff there. I don't know why he decided to disengage from this. Another engagement going on this side where this refinery's under attack. So far, none of them have been taken out. Oh, actually, it does suggest it died there. Let's see. 1, 2. I think we still have 5. And over on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 for Nightcrawler. But right now, rootbie's army is much larger than Nightcrawler's, which is going to be pretty bad for the blue nod player in about a second. Smartly, Nightcrawler is mixing in some bikes. It's a 2nd airstrip. That could be bad again for Nightcrawler. Looks like Nightcrawler is so far managing to kind of hold on. But that may change shortly. A 2nd airstrip there. So we did get the kill off, but the harvester actually managed to come out first. So both of them now have 2 airstrips, which means that they're a little more safe from the constant bike and buggy harass. rootbie probably needs to cut his losses at this point. He's not really making anything happen, and he's lost almost all of his vehicles. Both players really, really low on resources. Oh, actually have a comm center out there for Nightcrawler. Don't see that every day. In the constant warring, it looks like right now Nightcrawler is a bit ahead in army. rootbie doing some great job expanding, but Nightcrawler is ready for that to happen. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 refineries. The silo. Oh, I think they're actually blocking the refinery there and killing the silo off. So that's nicely done by Nightcrawler, preventing the expansion there, while taking 2 more refineries up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and another Hand of Nod coming down. The refinery actually does make it out. rootbie, it does respond to that. Let's see. Nightcrawler wants to make something happen up here, but he doesn't have quite enough stuff. No transition, unfortunately, out of buggies for either player. It would be neat to see something happen like light tanks or artillery, but as of right now, neither player is trying to do that. rootbie's going to have a larger army here in just a second, and that's going to be really bad for Nightcrawler, but Nightcrawler is reinforcing. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I mean, both players are just going out of control with their economy right now. We have, I think that's a second Hand of Nod. Maybe there's a third. No, just 2. Those silos being sold off behind the expansion. Some serious space creep for both players. I don't think I've ever actually seen a refinery that far out before. So kudos to Nightcrawler for that one. Bikes have actually been completely given up on by both players at this point. We've got the comm center out there for rootbie as well. Not too terribly much going on, just constant bike wars. Constant buggy wars. Do have a couple bikes out here for Nightcrawler. Really mixing it up here, guys. We have an actual cannon out. So it's nice to see something that isn't a refinery or a buggy being built. There's another cannon there. I think we're about to say goodbye to that comm center. Actually does get sold off before it's killed. Another Hand of Nod. I wonder why they're doing that right there with the... That was weird. I don't know. I wonder kind of why rootbie did that. Ooh. Obelisk. Fancy. That's actually another first for me. I don't think I've ever seen an obelisk built in one of these replays. It's going to be interesting. I think Nightcrawler is about to expand entirely into rootbie's base, not just his side of the map, but actually like build buildings up where they can actually attack rootbie's army directly. Now got 2 cannon turrets up here. They actually do 3 now. They actually do make a pretty big difference when it comes down to it. It would be really cool to see rootbie do an obelisk, but another refinery. Wow. This is what I would call a high economy game. And Command & Conquer Remaster. I'd like to see Nightcrawler try to attack here. Interestingly, Nightcrawler's army's getting a little thin down here. Filling in with bikes. looks like Nightcrawler has the lead a little bit. rootbie possibly getting desperate. He's transitioned to minigunners and just letting them die. I wonder if he's trying to make the DPS, the extra DPS count for something. I think this might be a desperation move by rootbie. I'm here to try to kill something instead of just the endless volley of bikes. Gets the refinery. I'm not sure what that's going to do, though. Some more fighting going on here. This army gets cleaned up. Nightcrawler is getting kind of low on this side, but he's got a huge force over here that can just come down. Looks like rootbie is just about out of resources. Nightcrawler kind of just out-expanded him. Not really an exciting match, but sort of interesting nonetheless. Had a little bit of craziness going on with the economies of both players. I do think there's basically nothing left for rootbie. He can't get to these resources. He can't get to these resources. He's harvesting out the middle. Clearly, Nightcrawler has a much, much larger army. So, not sexy, but Nightcrawler did manage to get the win by grabbing the final resources in the center. It's kind of out-expanding rootbie. There's no units left, so it's going to be GG in a second, it looks like. This one was not one where either player really kind of made a big mistake. It's just Nightcrawler just slightly outplayed rootbie the whole time. A really interesting kind of a macro remaster game. I think more than anything you saw just a crap ton of refineries being built. It would have been nice to see an additional unit type at some point. I get why no player was able to really pull that off. I do think Nightcrawler could have transitioned to light tanks, which would have possibly made rootbie's loss just a little more harsh, and pulled that win out a little faster. It could have been interesting to see APCs or something, but overall solid. Not really super exciting, but not terrible either. This has been Wayward. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.